What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome into Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. I hope you all are doing incredible, fantastic, having a good day, getting out there, slay, slay, slay. Listen, I did a little bit of a pre-shuffle, as you can see here, and a stack of cards fell out, but it is also very much in alignment with this energy that I've been picking up on, okay? Now, Spirit, listen, I don't even know where to start. Okay. So there is a person that is just like, they cannot stop thinking about you. They cannot stop feeling you. Like, I feel like this person is sending energy your way. Okay. Where do I need to even start with this? Okay. All right. Look, I cry myself to sleep. I just had to learn the hard way. Everything reminds me of you. I feel your energy all the time. I hope we run into each other again. Now, there is someone here, and obviously I don't feel like you're talking to this person, okay? You have been radio silence from this individual. Now, and I know everybody doesn't always want to hear about somebody from their past and blah, 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 but you know what? We're in the retrograde season, okay? Mercury retrograde is going to come up. It is what it is, okay? So if you want to click off, that's cool. If not, stay tuned because this is very interesting to me. There is someone here you aren't speaking to, you haven't spoken to them in a very long time. They are pulling on your energy. They are sending you energy. They're thinking about you all the time. They cannot get you off of their mind, out of their heart. But here's the thing. Not only are they thinking about you, but they're crying over you. Okay. This person is crying over you, crying into their pillow, throwing rocks at the moon, screaming into the night. Like, it sounds dramatic, but it's so strong. The remorse, the sadness, the regret. Someone, essentially, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what happened between the two of you, okay? This is not what's coming up very clearly. What's coming up clearly is someone, made the wrong choice here. I just had to learn the hard way. So when I see this energy and when I feel this, it's like somebody shot themselves in the foot. Somebody did some kind of self-sabotaging here when it came to you and the connection, whether they took you for granted, maybe they chose someone else, maybe they went with a karmic, okay? They did something where they didn't choose you in some type of way. Now, I feel like for our collective, because I know our collective, we've been reading together for a long time. It has been 5 years since we've been reading on, since I've been reading for our beautiful tribe here on YouTube, okay? And there's been a lot of learning. There's been a lot of growth. Y'all have come freaking leaps and bounds from where you were, okay, when we first started reading together, right? Y'all have grown so much, you've healed so much, you've done so much glowing up, okay, has happened with our collective. And it's so incredible, and I'm so proud of you. Y'all know that. I know you know that. Now, this is someone who maybe you've dealt with a long time ago, okay? A really long time ago. You have already healed from this connection. You have already, like I said, it is radio silence on your end with this person. You've done your healing, okay? You've moved on. Maybe you're in another relationship. Maybe you've like just completely don't even think about this person anymore, but then all of a sudden they're popping into your energy out of nowhere, okay? This is the kind of situation that we're picking up on. Now, I feel like you learned a lot from this individual, as we do. These types of connections, and we'll get there. I know I'm going to jump around a lot because I'm channeling this energy. But when we are in these types of connections, we do learn a lot. Okay, these people, we trigger them, they trigger us. We heal, we release traumas, we heal. We recognize patterns. These people act like mirrors, us to them to us. All of it, I got to say that this was a very strong connection, and nothing came out of it in the sense of there was no formal commitment. There was no formal type of relationship here. It never really left the talking phase, or it never went beyond maybe like, I don't know if it was like a friends with benefits or if it was like a hookup, or I don't know. It just feels like it was temporary and it was never really solid, never really committed, never really out in public, or it doesn't feel like it was official in any sense, okay? I feel like you wanted it to be at a certain time. I feel like you were absolutely in love with this person. I feel like you showed up for this person. You did nothing but want to love this person. Okay, I don't feel like you may have triggered them, whether you know it or not. Okay. You may have said some things. Sure. Okay. Nobody's perfect, whatever. I'm not saying you're an angel in the situation, but I'm saying all you ever wanted to do was show up for this person and love them. I don't feel like you cared about their money. You didn't care about their resources. Like you didn't care about anything. You just cared about being with them. You were in love with them. Okay. You were here for the connection and nothing more, right? You didn't want anything from them. They may have seen you as someone who was going to be some kind of like gold digger or somebody who wanted to take advantage of them or somebody who was going to hurt them. They didn't invest in the connection, whether or not it scared the shit out of them or it was too intense or they felt love was super dangerous. It was a combination or 1 or 10 of those different reasons. Okay, that's not really important in this portion of the reading. I mean, maybe we'll look into it, maybe we won't. We'll see how this flows. But what I'm saying is they had to learn the hard way. They're saying they chose wrong. They did go out and learn something, and it was the hardest way possible. Okay, I feel like they didn't have to go that route, and they know it, and this is what's making them cry. Okay, and I've heard this once. I've heard it before. Okay, you've made a grown man cry. Okay, now whether or not they're a man, woman, non-binary, whatever, it comes from the song. It's a Rolling Stone song. Okay, you made a grown man cry. Now, everything reminds me of you. This is where they are right now. So I feel like they are literally bursting at the seams, like holding back tears. It is affecting them on the regular at this point. Okay. I feel like something major has happened with you. Either they've seen you recently, they've checked on you, they've checked on your socials or something. They found you in some way. Maybe the two of you ran into each other. It was brief. It was, they saw you glowing. They saw you healed. They've seen you be successful. They may have been following your, progress. Here's the thing is what I'm getting from this. And again, I've been channeling a lot more than I've been reading cards lately. And I hope y'all don't mind. But what I'm getting from this is that you two have known each other for a long time. You two have known each other for a long time. And that's why I was maybe picking up on more like friends with benefits or friendship that could have gone somewhere and it didn't. Because they have seen you grow. Okay. When the two of you first connected, you would have not been where you are right now. Okay. Maybe you are currently living a dream right now. Okay, maybe you are in a position where you worked really hard to get to where you are. Again, the glow up, it's huge. Okay, the glow up energy is huge for you. They have seen you change, transform, transmute. They've seen you grow. They've seen your progress, and they admire the shit out of you. Okay, you don't know how proud they are of you. Okay. When they take a step back, when they're thinking about you, they have good memories. They have, and that's what makes them cry, right? Like they know they sabotage the relationship. Like it's almost like they've got this clarity of having that, hindsight 2020 super clear vision looking back. I wish I would have done things differently. I just had to go out, shoot myself in the foot, choose something different, sabotage this relation, and learn the freaking hard way. Because here I am in the moment, 2025, years almost over, and I am still thinking about the collective. I am still crying on the collective. I am still doing everything in my power to get a hold of the collective. Now, actually, I don't want to say everything in my power, but it came through. Okay, because this is not even like, here's the thing, what I'm picking up on, I've just been laying the groundwork. Okay, so please stick with me. Please stick with me. Let me know in the comments if y'all are good with or without cards, because this is coming in hot from spirit anyway. I'm just saying. I don't always need the cards. What I see happening here, okay, and the energy that I feel, like I said, this is just like the base. This is just, I said all that to say this, this person is currently doing everything in their power to get your attention, okay? Without, and I have to be very clear, without obviously directly messaging you or directly communicating with you. They are going about it in, like they're beating around the bush, okay? This person's beating around the bush, but energetically they are, sending you all of these signals, okay, and all of this energy. So everything they do, everything reminds them of you right now. Everything reminds me of you, right? I feel your energy all the time, okay? everything. Every part of their day, they are thinking about you. They wake up in the morning, they open their eyes, there you are. Okay. I don't feel like they even get up, get dressed, have breakfast, have their coffee, whatever, brush their teeth without checking on you and your socials. Okay. If you don't have socials, then that message doesn't apply. Okay. Maybe thinking about you, still thinking about that, but they're checking up on you at all times. I feel like they're on your pages 2, 3 times a day. Okay. See if you made any updates, see if you're doing anything. They want to know what you're doing, what you're up to, what your day is looking like, without actually messaging you. So the other part of this equation is, and it does have a lot to do with socials. Okay. So if you don't have social media, I don't know if this message is even going to apply to you. I have to be real. Okay. If you can make it fit without stretching it too far, okay, cool. But again, a lot of social media stuff. I feel like they are posting things. Okay. Now, whether you know it or not, maybe you check their page too. I don't know. Maybe you've been picking up on their signals and you've been looking. Okay. Maybe you've both been snooping on each other. I mean, I don't know. Right. Like, but I'm not going to, whatever. Okay. If you haven't, you might want to go check if you feel like it. Okay. Because I feel like what's going on is they're posting. I hear peacocking. I hear peacocking. Okay. So this person is peacocking hardcore. Like they're, maybe taking a lot of selfies, or they're like taking a lot of pictures of themselves out looking good. But not only just looking good, this is like, it's specific to you looking good. Like, if there was a certain t-shirt that you love that they're wearing it. You know what I mean? Like if there's a certain color, that you said to them, oh, that really brings out your eyes, they're doing that. They're wearing it. If there's a certain way, they're styling their hair, or, like it's all tailored for your, like for your eyes only. You know what I mean? They're dressed in a certain type of way. They're acting a certain type of way. They're posting certain songs. They're like, it's all tailored to you. Okay. Now that's okay. Whatever. That's all well and good. Okay. They're trying to get your attention in desperate ways. They might be driving around your house. Okay. They are showing up in places where you regularly frequent. Some of them could be like going as far as, to putting on shows or an event in hopes that you will come. Like, okay, maybe I'm having I know Halloween just passed, but whatever. Maybe they had a Halloween party and they dressed up as your favorite character. There's something that they're trying to like bait you in. They're trying to draw you in, draw your attention. Like I said, peacocking. They're trying to get you to notice that. But here's the thing. I feel like because it's been so long since the two of you dealt with one another, maybe they know, maybe they don't know. Okay. I just heard, you must not know about me. Okay. You must not know about me because you do not chase. All right. You are in your full Empress era, maybe even High Priestess, higher than the Empress. Okay. You are in that era where it's like, if you want something from me, you come to me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to you for what? I just heard for what? Like really sassy, like, like for what? What am I going to you for? Like, it's almost laughable at this point. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and make fun. I'm just saying, for what? You're not chasing no one. All right. You're over here. You're doing your own thing. You're staying in your own lane, minding your own business, working on yourself, working on your glow up, doing all the wonderful things. This person's over here doing the most, trying to get your attention without actually doing anything. Like, what is that? What is that? And so I know what my first question is going to be when I finally get to the tarot cards is, what on earth? Why? Why? Why are they sitting here hoping we'll run into each other again? I feel like they know exactly how to find you and exactly where you are. Why are you sitting over there hoping? Why are you hoping when you could make it happen? Why are you doing all these desperate, subliminal type moves when you could just show up? That's my question. So, like, they're showing up in your energy, but they need to show up in real life if they want something from you. Like, I don't know if they're trying to get you to chase. Yeah, look at that 5 of Swords. Okay. 5 of Swords to me, you know what? Let me just get some context. The Tower. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. Hierophant. Okay, it's going off. And Judgment. Listen, okay. And the Seven of Swords. All right. Yeah, I mean, I should have just known. I should have just known. Okay, listen. This person, the reason why they're acting in this shady way, right? Seven of Swords way, is because they obviously did something, said something. They thought, again, we know that they sabotaged something. We know that they absolutely shot themselves in the foot when it came to this relationship they chose wrong. Maybe they went into, like, I don't even want to go into the fact they probably, because I'm getting this for the second time, had entered into a completely different relationship, like a karmic type of relationship that did not satisfy them or did not end well or didn't, it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. Okay, the grass was not greener. All right, something like that. They just had to learn the hard way. You know, that's the energy that I'm picking up off that. So there's a lot of regret here for slinking out, sneaking out, maybe ghosting, maybe stringing you along, maybe like making you feel like the two of you were going to go somewhere with this relationship and then never did. Like, that's shady behavior, right? And so there's an embarrassment and there's regret, okay, that's showing up for them because here's the Tower. The Tower hit. The Tower hit when they realized that what they went after, what they were chasing, rather than, you know, spending their time, energy, effort, investing into you, someone who was there, someone who was showing up, someone who showed up in nothing but love, who took their love for them seriously. We have the Hierophant. You know, I feel like you showed up in a very pure way. You were giving them not just love, it was a spiritual love. It was a higher level love. It was a higher level connection, right? The Queen of Cups, the Hierophant, like that's the highest form of love that they would have ever received in their whole entire life. And when the Tower fell for them when they realized the value of the love that you were giving to them, like the value, your worth, your value, who you truly are. It gives, you know, that vibe of like spirit shielding you from them in a sense, because, you know, they weren't very serious at the time. They were out here playing games, you know? They were out here playing games. You know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. They won a stupid prize. And they didn't realize until it went wrong. Okay, they learned the hard way. They chose the wrong. You know how, and I'll say this often. So I mean, if you're new here, this is your chance to get to know me a little bit. In the way I read it, it's interesting. I really do view tarot, and especially when we're looking to the future, it's almost like a choose your own adventure book. We take a look to see what's coming up next, you know, and then we can turn to page 42, or we can, you know, we have choices. We make these choices every day, right? Or we can turn to page 15 and whatever. This person basically, in their version of the choose your own adventure, okay, they knew where things were going to head with you, okay? They knew it. They knew the future with you. They saw the future with you. They knew that if they would have invested in you, if they would have stayed with you, if they would have, it would have turned out to be something beautiful, but they were terrified. I'll tell you why. Again, without even ask, I already know the answer to this. They were terrified because they thought that you were going to play with their heart, that you were going to play with them, that they would fall too much in love with you. You were too good, right? The love that you were giving to them, they'd never received anything so pure before in their life. They only ever had been like screwed over in love, felt love was dangerous. They'd only ever been shown that love hurts, or love, you know, leads to destruction, leads to loss, leads to pain, suffering. Okay. That's all they had ever been modeled in their whole entire life. A lot, you know, nothing, no healthy attachment at all. Okay. And maybe that was true for you too. I mean, some of these things could have healed for you. You could have already worked on it. Like, you know, I'm not here trying to trigger anyone. I'm just saying this is what I'm picking up on. They saw the future with you and it looked bright. It looked good, but it also looked terrifying. It also looked scary. They chose to put you out. They chose to not, okay. They turned, it's like they turned choose your own adventure to the page where the future was. They saw it. They knew what it was going to look like with you. And instead they turned to page 19 and they ended up getting screwed over. They chose someone else. They ended up getting screwed over. Surface level relationship wasn't what they wanted. Didn't turn out anything close to what it could have been with you. They chose this safe route, but the safe route was toxic AF, right? And they knew it. Okay. I feel like they knew it, or at least it wasn't what they thought it would be or what it would turn out to be. They thought it was going to be the easier way. It was the hard way. It was the hard way. It ended up putting them exactly where they thought that they were going to end up with you, as far as the pain, the suffering, the damage, the loss, losing money, losing resources, whatever. The gold digger, perhaps even. They made the wrong choice. So now this is what's keeping them in this crying energy. This is what they're crying over it. They're crying over the decision that they made to put you out in the cold. They hurt you. They hurt you. Okay. Because again, you were pure, you were innocent. The love that you had for them was like, you weren't out to get them. You weren't out to take advantage of them. You didn't want nothing from them but their heart. You weren't going to put it in a blender. You were going to care for them. The Queen of Cups is nurturing, loving, empathic, beautiful, beautiful kind of love. A little bit of love like they never had before. Here's the problem now. Here's the thing now for you. We have judgment. You have made a final judgment on this person. They pushed you so far. They hurt you so bad, okay, that you have decided, you've grown without them. You have gone to the next level without this person. You left them behind. You left them behind, and they know it, okay? Maybe that's why I hope we'll run into each other again. Maybe this is like they cannot... Maybe Spirit's literally preventing them from actually reaching out directly to you, or it feels like there's a barrier between the two of you right now because, again, energetically, you have elevated, right? You have surpassed this. You've healed from this. You might not even look at this person in the same way. You would have had this beautiful, open, soft heart when it comes to this person. So much love, okay? So much love. Gosh, I'm feeling so much love you had for this person because of how much they hurt you and how they hurt you over and over and over again. I'm hearing, many times, multiple times. I feel like you gave them multiple chances. You have hardened your heart towards this person. I got to say it. You've become the Queen of Swords. I don't see the Queen of Swords here with cards, but I'm feeling her energy protecting the Queen of Cups. You have this person at a distance. If they came knocking on your door tomorrow, and maybe they know this, maybe that's why they're not doing it. Maybe they're working with subtle energy to try to snake their way back into your life because they know that if they were to show up at your door tomorrow and say, hey, like, what do they say? Like, what do they say? They know you don't feel the same way about them anymore. Because I feel like what they've been doing with this peacocking, with this, trying to subtly get your attention, without actually doing anything to get your attention, it's like they've been testing the waters to see, putting blood in the water, right? Like, I feel like if they would have, like, let's say a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't know how long the two of you known each other. Again, this feels like it's been a long time. If they would have maybe posted something, maybe you were checking on their socials, or maybe, you know what I mean? At another point in time, you would have noticed these moves that they're making. And right now, they're not even showing up on your radar. So they know the fact that you're not reaching out to them. You're not, opening the dialogue with them or starting a conversation or showing up at those places that, I feel like you've avoided them. You're avoiding running into them. And here they are, hoping desperately that, they will gain access to you by running into you. And they feel like at this point in time, that's all they got. This is what they feel. Okay, this is what's showing up. Now you could definitely be picking up on their energy, right? This is coming up in the collective for a reason. Whew. All right, I feel like the channeling is over. Let me just pause, take a drink. That was highly channeled situation. I need to pause. I need to figure out what my next question is because the stream just went cold. The stream just went, that's it. I'm out of the stream. Hold on. Okay, I got something. I want to know how it makes them feel. Okay, how does it make them feel now? I mean, I cry myself to sleep, so we know they're emotional. All right, we know they're in their feelings right now. But I want to know specifically, how does it feel for them now to be on the other side of this? And knowing that, they're not hearing from you, how does that make them feel? They're not hearing from you, and I want to know, how does that make them feel? The moon in their feelings. Well, yeah, the moon. Okay, thank you, Spirit, for confirming. A lot's coming up that they didn't expect to be coming up in their emotions. Getting a lot of feelings. We have the Eight of Cups, yeah. Oh my. Page of Cups. And under the deck, Two of Cups. Makes them feel, it makes them feel like, it makes them feel pretty dumb, I gotta say. There's no tarot card out here for the feeling of dumb. It doesn't exist. But let me show you what I mean. They basically stood there while you walked away. They stood there and they watched the person that they love, the person that they feel most connected to, the person that they could have had a happily ever after moment with. They stood there. They not only just stood there and watched you walk away and walk out of their life, they pushed you to that point. They pushed you to that point, okay? And so with the moon here, this is how they feel. They feel lost in the sauce. They feel trapped in the shadow. They feel all of these emotions coming up to the surface. Like, how come all of a sudden they just realized that you were the one the whole time? They already knew that. But they were out here playing stupid games, getting stupid prizes. It did come from fear. I will give them that, but they did not have the courage to face that fear, okay? Or the desire to heal and better themselves. They were playing stupid games and now they got their stupid prize, okay? That's why I said they feel pretty stupid, because they got their stupid prize of standing there, knowing that they stood there and literally watched their blessing walk away from them. Run, probably, because they hurt you so bad. And now they're feeling all the type of feelings right now. Knowing that they can't, like, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? What could they say? You know what? Let me just ask that. Okay, because this is already getting pretty long here. That's funny. What could they say? Okay, no. It's not about what could they say. There was definitely a third party. This person... Okay, I'm just saying that. I don't always jump to that conclusion with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups can be something real beautiful. It really can talk about celebration, wonderful gatherings, reunions, all some really beautiful things. But the Magician, the Three of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, it took them a very long time to figure out that other person they were pouring into was not the one. I gotta say that. And I feel like they wasted a lot of time. And that's coming up here. They know they wasted a lot of time. They wasted your time. I feel like they were... I want to say that they were treated the way in which they treated you as well by this karmic, as in they were strung along or manipulated or lied to. And were continuously being people that the karmic was always putting other people, other things, other situations ahead of them in the relationship. They made this person feel the way this person made you feel. Okay, so they got their karma. I'm getting from this. They got their karma. And it took them a really long time with the Knight of Pentacles to figure it out. Okay, to figure it out, to understand, to connect the dots. But they did learn, okay? They have learned that this is what they deserve. This is what they got. Okay, all right. Is this person actually going to make a move? Like, again, what could they even say, right? What could they even say? I guess this is the words that they would say. Everything, I cry myself to sleep. Like, I had to learn the hard way. Everything reminds me of you. I feel your energy all the time. Like, I hope we'll meet each other again. We'll run into each other again. Basically, I fucked up. Like, big time, okay? Which is, exactly what they did. But I want to know if they're actually going to show up and say this. Like, are they actually going to show up? Are they actually going to take it one step further out of the realm of just sending energy? Are they going to take any actual concrete action toward you? Are they going to take any actual concrete action towards you? We have the Three of Pentacles. They're planning something. They're planning on it. Three of Pentacles. Page of Swords. They're researching. They're studying. They're figuring it out. They're planning. They're watching. They're seeing. They're planning as they go. The Page of Swords is really curious. That's the spy energy. They're checking it out. They're seeing how you respond. If you do respond. If you don't respond, then we have the Emperor. For some of you, this could have been your twin flame, your divine masculine. For some of you, okay? But they are going to take the control. They are going to take some kind of action. The Emperor doesn't just sit around and wait. The Emperor does go after, they're the Emperor. They're the King of Kings. They get what they want, or at least they're going to try. They're going to try. They're planning. They're strategizing. The Emperor has a strategy. The Emperor, I just heard the art of war. Like, not that they feel like they're at war or anything with you. It's just that there's a strategy, right? They're strategizing. They're planning. They're in the planning stages. They are going to come back towards you. And I haven't shuffled. I know my hands were off camera, but you would have heard a shuffling sound, right? You would have. Okay. I was just about to say, with the Emperor, I'd rather see the Emperor seated in the Chariot, which would tell me that they're going to make a move, right? Because that, if you know, if not, I'll let you know. The Chariot is the person who drives the Chariot in the tarot is the Emperor. This is the Emperor seated on their throne, typically in their kingdom, overseeing the things, making the laws, enforcing the laws, having that control, strategizing, figuring out the plan. There's the Chariot. I mean, it's not the same image, but it is. This deck doesn't really illustrate that point for me, but it is the Emperor. The Chariot is driven by the Emperor. When the Emperor is ready to go out and enforce their plan, enact their plan, make moves, right? They're going out. They're not stuck. They're not planning. They know what direction. They know the goal. They know what they want. They're going after it. They're going to get it, and they are successful. The Chariot is a successful energy. You reach the goal. You get what you want. You get the thing done, And so right now they are in the planning stages, okay? Because whatever they're doing right now isn't working. It's not getting maybe it is getting your attention. And if it is, and if you have noticed, like low key, let me just say, congratulations on you. You're not making it known. You're not making a move. You're not, you refuse. You are refusing to make it easy on this person because they got to work. If they want even a semblance of even if they want a crumb of your attention, you're going to make them sweat for it. I'll tell you that much after what they did to you. Okay. And so here it is. This is the Chariot. They are coming towards you. They are. You're going to make them sweat. And this is them coming towards you. All right, you know what? What time have we got here? 33. I'm going to run this into an extended. I am going to because I want to know what's going to happen next. I am too curious for this energy. A lot of channel vibes here coming through. I want to know, what they're thinking, how they're feeling, what energy they're in, what are their intentions, are they capable, have they changed, should you trust them, all that kind of stuff. We're going to dive deeper, okay? And the extended, they are coming towards you. You best believe it. But right now they're in the planning stage. So what's their plan? What's their plan? I am too nosy not to know. Okay. So if you want to join me there and offer energy exchange and support for the work that I do, I am so super grateful for those of you who are able to support in that way. The readings, I try to keep them affordable. I kind of try to keep them cheap. They're $5. You get to keep it forever. The extended reading, if you're a member, it's $3, right? If you're a member for Buy Me a Coffee, not only do you get the discounts, but you also get to see these readings first, right? I always send them the day I record them, which is usually the day before, the evening before they get published on YouTube. And then, there's those perks. I thank you for all of your support for the work that I do. It means the world to me. If anyone is curious or needed to know, my website's currently down right now. So if you wanted to order a reading, it has to be through Buy Me a Coffee, the commissions section over there. If you're interested, readings are open for the month of November. What else do I need to say? I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. If you're new, oh my gosh, if you're new, welcome in. Welcome to Turning Tides Tarot. We have an amazing tribe full of wicked, amazing humans all over the world. We'd love to have you if you want to join our tribe. It's so free, and all you have to do is subscribe, okay? Thank you for your likes and your shares and your comments. You know, I try to heart everyone that I can, you know, and that's pretty much it. I'm sending you lots of love. I'll see you in the extended. I'll drop a little preview. Oh, you can find it pinned to the top comment as well. I feel like I gotta say so much stuff at the end of the readings, but anyway, let's see what's going on. If you're nosy like me, we'll meet up in the extended. If not, I'll see you in the next reading, friends. Take care. I love you. Bye. All right, besties, let's get into the extended. Thank you so very much for your energy exchange. We're just going to jump right into it. I do want to know what energy they're going to be in when they come back to you, or when they approach you, or maybe, you know what energy are they in towards you right now? Let's get that. Forget it. We're going to find out what their plan is, okay? And that's the whole purpose of this extended. But so let's find out what energy, when they're thinking about you right now, what energy are they in currently, right now, right this moment, right now? Honor. Honor your loved one, and you'll notice your relationship becoming stronger. So they are honoring your memory. They want to honor you. They want you to feel loved, appreciated, supported, the way that you made them feel. Okay, that's what they want to give to you. They're trying to honor you, your relationship, and this bond. A love bond that grows stronger over time. The bond the two of you share is, look at that. Okay, so it feels unbreakable, or at least to them right now. I mean, they're starting to see how strong the bond was, you know, and still is between the two of you. Or they, you know, okay, I understand that some of you have walked away and, you know, not sure even if you want to look back on this person, or maybe just flat out don't. I mean, I'm not sure who's tuning in here, but there has been a lot of damage. There's been a lot of damage here to this bond, and there's gonna be a need for a lot of repair. Okay, and I feel like this person knows this. Okay, so they want to show you. They're in this energy right now of finally seeing, honoring, respecting the bond that the two of you share, wanting to show you that they, you know, they messed up and they know it. Okay, look at the soul. Your soul's preparing. They are recognizing the bond, okay? The divine will help you recognize signs, miracles. This bond, this relationship, this soul tie, this soul connection, you know, it always should have been honored, should have been respected, should have been recognized for the depth, for the beauty, for what it was, okay? Your soul's preparing to reconnect, trust the process, okay? So they are, you know, they are in the energy of wanting to demonstrate and show you and show you the respect that they have for the bond the two of you shared, whether you feel you still share it or not. They feel you do. And they are thinking of special moments that brought so much joy between the two of you, okay? They're really looking back, and they're really seeing, you know, the value and the significance and the respect. They're honoring the relationship. They want to show up in a way that honors and respects the bond, the soul connection that the two of you share. Okay, they see it for what it is. All right. Now, I love that they're in that energy because they're seeing the truth. Right? They're seeing the truth. They're seeing the truth. So I'm going to be using this deck. It's called the Before Tarot. Now, a lot of times I use the After Tarot because we're looking down the timeline. Okay. Now, the Before Tarot, the reason why I'm using it this time is because it feels like they're in the planning stage, right? So we're going to check in and see what happens before it happens. Okay. I don't know. I was just really called to use this deck today. So let's just jump into it. Actually, you know what? Not quite. We're not getting to the plan quite yet. Hold your horses. I want to know currently, how they're thinking and feeling. Okay.